we were able to get a virtual meeting. But unfortunately, it was frankly like a pretty icy reception, I would say. We sort of came in hat in hand and said, hey, Chair Gensler, you've asked people to come in and register. Respectfully, we're here to register. What would you like us to do? What process would you like us to go through? And his response was, talk to your lawyer. I'm not here to advise you.
Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and that was Brian Armstrong, the CEO of Coinbase, speaking to Bloomberg. Yeah, the audacity of Gensler is just beyond despicable. There is no way he's going to survive in any leadership role after this. We have exposed him, and the actions are going to live forever with this digital footprint that he's created. In this video, you're going to see that there most certainly is a club, and we're, the 99%, are not in it. But that doesn't mean you give up. Just a little follow-up from yesterday's video. No, I did not hear a word back from Charles Hoskinson. Not that I thought I would, but maybe I was hoping. And now I'm just wondering, maybe his tweet was just farming for engagement? I don't know. I hope not. But the offer is still out there, Charles. And I know that there's a lot of people in the XRP community that would love to have that discussion. I've got some big surprises for you on Hinman showing up at this event just a couple of days ago. But first, let me just make sure nobody makes a big mistake out there. BitBoy's Twitter page was taken over by a scammer, and it's doing its best effort to get you to connect your wallet. Do not connect your wallet. This is meant to steal your crypto. I first saw this photograph from the Twitter feed of Ellie Tarrant. She is, of course, with Fox Business News. And I was so surprised. Yep, that is definitely William Hinman right there in the center. The same William Hinman whose emails we should all see in just a couple of days. And yes, the same former director at the SEC whose bio has been scrubbed a couple of days ago. And it's just so silly. That original bio is available all over the internet, and you can also use the Wayback Machine to see a cached copy. This part of the digital footprint is exactly what I mean. You can't erase it. I found the details. It was in a PDF, and he was in a roundtable on the future of crypto assets and investor protections. Happened on June 8th at the Fairmont in DC. U.S. Congressman Patrick McHenry gave the keynote. It was a full day starting at 9:30 a.m. with the Winklevoss twins in a fireside chat appearing virtually. But you have Perianne Boring, Chris Giancarlo, the Chief Strategy Officer at Circle, the CEO of Kraken, FINRA, Coinbase, Fidelity, Citadel, and Hinman, who was on a panel that started at noon. And the topic, you won't believe this, the crypto crash of 2022, the cause and policy solutions. Can you believe it? I tweeted out to McHenry, how does this happen? Yeah, I hope he shared my disappointment. The comments have been quite rich. For example, I'm sure he does have experience in crashing markets. And yeah, it looks like a club that ignores his breaking of the law. And XX said, I seriously don't understand how the world works. But again, I want to say it doesn't mean it justifies an apathetic behavior. The sponsor of these events are here at the bottom: BlackRock, Fidelity, Bank of America, State Street, Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley. Yeah, quite frankly, these are the same people who are going to take this space over. This is Tim Massad on the left, and he's the former CFTC chair. He was on that panel with Bill Hinman, and he spoke to Cramer just a couple of days ago. Have a listen, and then also I'm going to let Brian Armstrong take you out on this video where he makes some really interesting comments in regards to the case that has been filed against him. Until next time, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
But again, we need some sort of investor protection framework. I mean, that's why, Jay Clayton and I have argued, let's put in an interim step, which is have the SEC and the CFTC mandate some common rules that ensure investor protection while we sort out these classification problems. I mean, one of the issues with the model is, should you be able to trade Bitcoin and Ether, which let's say are commodities, on the same platform as other things? Now, under the SEC view, I don't think that would be allowed. But is that the model we want? So again, there are some questions about where do we really want to go, but we've got to have much better investor protection.
Yeah. Your chief legal officer yesterday told me that you guys are willing to fight this pretty significantly. When you saw those charges brought against you, what is the first thing you did, and how far do you think you're going to have to go here?
Yeah, well, this was not unexpected. We've been in discussion with the SEC for a long, long time. Even going back to before we were a public company, we started sharing with them how we operate our business, how we list assets on the platform, how we think about our staking program. And through a large number of dialogues back and forth, they allowed us to become a public company. We had many discussions with them in the last year when their tone started to change, and they started to come to us with more questions about the business. So we were very forthcoming. We met with them probably 30 times over the last year. And we started to kind of ask them for feedback. And we said, we would like there to be a robust market in the US to trade crypto securities. Of the 1,000+ assets we've reviewed today, we've rejected 90% of them. The ones we trade, we believe, are commodities. What feedback do you have for this, for us? How can we come in and register? How can we work together? And unfortunately, we were met with silence. We really got no feedback in those 30 meetings. The first meeting where they were scheduled to come and give us feedback, they canceled it a few days before that, and then we got a Wells notice a few days after that.
Will you fight this all the way to the Supreme Court? Do you think you'll have to, and do you have the financial resources to do that?
Yeah, so even if this takes some time, that's okay. So in Q1, we were adjusted EBITDA positive as a company, even in the depths of this crypto bear market, if you want to call it that. We have over $5 billion on the balance sheet, right? So, and frankly, even though that this complaint came in from the SEC, it's really business as usual today, right? We're continuing to trade the assets that we have on our platform. We trade over 200 assets on our platform. The SEC complaint mentioned just 13 of them, so a relatively small percentage of the assets we trade. We also have business overseas in other countries. We derive a lot of revenue from other sources that are not related to trading fees. So Coinbase is well capitalized and adjusted EBITDA positive in Q1. I think we're going to be fine going to court. In fact, it's a relatively small portion of our company that, we have a great legal team, policy team, et cetera, that's working on this. And what I really want, 90–95% of the company to be focused on is just building great products for our customers and making sure we don't lose sight of that. And so this is a very serious matter that I'm going to work on with a couple of our executives. But really, the vast majority of the company needs to keep building because that's how this technology is going to ultimately benefit 1 billion people, hopefully.